What's up, boys? Welcome back to another video. Today, we are reviewing the game between the Charlotte Hornets and the Dallas Mavericks. Charlotte Hornets picking up another ginormous W, winning this one 118-99 on the road in Dallas against a pretty good Dallas Maverick team who is 1-3, but you know they've had a pretty tough schedule. And they're a pretty good team. But you're able to pull out a win in this one. Charlotte won the first quarter, second quarter, and the third quarter, while Dallas won the fourth in garbage time, basically. Fantastic third quarter. 30 points for Charlotte, holding Dallas to only 12. If Dallas didn't bring in Tim Hardaway Jr., they would have finished with, like, I think 1 point in the third. It was absolutely insane. They could not hit anything. Also, check out my 2 videos before this one. Is the James Johnson, the things get heated in the Hornets Mavericks game video. Go check that out. James Johnson and Cody Martin. I kind of get into it. Caleb Martin gets a little bit into it as well. How Bobby gets a bucket. But yeah, I'll get back to that in a minute, but go check that out after this. Let's go on to team stats. 51.2% from Charlotte. Good shooting night for them. 39.1 for Dallas. Especially in the third quarter, they just could not hit shots. First quarter, they were really being really good shooting wise. Third quarter, very, very big struggle for them. 3-point percentage, 44.1% for Charlotte and 28.6% for Dallas. Another big struggle there. Good shooting, 3-point shooting night for Charlotte. Free throws, 81%, which has been a little bit of a problem for Charlotte. The free throw percentage, that finally went up in this game. Love to see that. 57.6%. Overall, that was just Dallas's main issue. They just couldn't put the ball in the basket. If they shot like they were capable of, this has been a very tight game. But they were not able to put the ball in the basket. That's pretty much where that ended. Charlotte actually out-rebounding Dallas as well. So out-rebounding, out-shooting. Fantastic game from Charlotte. Out-assisted. 6 and 6 blocked for both sides. Turnovers was again a problem. But 24 turnovers compared to 14. It didn't really hurt us too much, but definitely want to see those numbers go down in the coming games. And finally, fouls. 28 fouls for Charlotte. In the first minute of the game, there were 3 foul calls. And in the first quarter in general, there was a lot of just bad calls on the Hornets. But anyway, it doesn't really matter. But love to see that go down. On to the box score, starting with, in my opinion, who would be the player of the game. As much as I want to go with LaMelo Ball off the bench here with his 22, I gotta go with the overall, I guess technically more impactful player in Miles Bridges. 20 points, 16 boards, a career high for him off the bench with his rebounds, 16 rebounds that is. 6 for 9 shooting, 4 for 6 from 3, and perfect from the line. Fantastic game from him, positive 18 plus minus, and he had 2 blocks to go on top of it. Great game from Miles, but you know, also a great game from LaMelo. I'm actually gonna put them as co-players in the game. I'm gonna call that right now. LaMelo and Miles co-players in the game. On to the starting lineup. We'll start with Terry Rozier, who dropped 18 points in another good night from him. 18, 5, and 3. Shooting fairly efficiently, not so much from 3-point land, but he finished with a positive 11 plus minus. PJ Washington, looking a little rough in the preseason, but he's stepped it up since the start of the regular season. 11 points, 3 assists, and 2 boards from him, playing some pretty good defense. Positive 23 plus minus, which led the team. A good game from PJ. Bismack Biyombo was a force on the defensive side of the ball. He was shutting down the paint. I mean, he really was. He finished with 9, 6 boards and 4 assists with a massive, absolutely disgusting block. Devontae Graham, 9 points, 5 assists, positive 20 plus minus. Love to see it. Not very efficient, but it's okay. And Gordon Hayward did have a little bit of a struggle tonight. Fourth quarter was a little bit better for him. The first 3 quarters, he was not getting shots to fall very much. He did finish with 11 and 7 boards, though. And so not terrible, but he just couldn't get the shots to fall. But we've seen in the past games that he can definitely do that on a nightly basis. As I was saying earlier, Miles Bridges, LaMelo Ball co-MVPs. LaMelo Ball, 22 points, 8 boards, and 5 assists with a positive 8 plus minus. Good game. Very, very efficient. Fantastic game from them. The Martin twins, I believe this is Cody Martin, if I'm not mistaken. 4 points for him, positive 18 plus minus, which is nice. 4 rebounds and 4 assists. Caleb Martin, also 4 points. Jalen McDaniels got some pretty good minutes today. 10 points for him on good shooting percentages. And then the 2 rookies brought in near the end of the game. Didn't really get to do that much. Just came in garbage time. So all around, very proud of how the team played today. Great game. On to the Mavericks. A couple notable things. Luka really struggled. He really struggled. Minus 27 plus minus. That is bad. Wow. Luka, 12 points, 5 assists on pretty bad shooting percentages. I believe he airballed 3 threes. Don't quote me on that. It might have been 2, but I think he airballed 3 threes. Not a good game from Luka whatsoever. Not really a good game from anyone on the Mavericks, except for one man, Tim Hardaway Jr. He had a good game. I ignored the minus 27 plus minus, 18 points on good efficiency. Pretty good game from him. And off the bench in the first quarter, of course, Maxi Kleber. All of his points coming in the first quarter with the 4 threes. But after that, he was pretty quiet. So yeah. Overall, a really dominant game from the Hornets. As I was saying earlier about the James Johnson situation, as you can see over here, James Johnson, 19 points off the bench. Excuse me, not 19 points. 19 minutes off the bench. I believe out of this 3 for 8, don't let this fool you. He had a very bad game. Don't let it fool you at all. James Johnson, I believe he airballed 3 layups. Don't quote me on that either, but my goodness. That's probably why he was mad and attacked Cody Martin. He was mad about the air balls on his layups that he was shooting. Absolutely ridiculous. Anyways, that'll be it for today's video. Please like, comment, share, turn on post notifications, and I will see you guys in the next one. Peace.